Well, it's been a long road, getting from there to here, but we are here. Luckily, we made it. Hello everyone! Where is everyone? What happened? I will explain. Welcome to Trek Central Weekly. My name is Michael, aka the TrekLad, and I greet you. I hope you're all doing well. Alright, first things first. Where is everyone? It's a good question. It's a question I'm sure you're going to be asking. Well, Captain Jack, he's off fighting the Dominion. He's off doing his thing. We were supposed to be joined by the wonderful Trek Central writer JP Wood. We were having some technical difficulties. We couldn't overcome them. So, you're stuck with me and me only for the next hour. But you are also stuck with me and everybody else in the chat. Hello, hope you're doing well. Where are you joining from? I want to know in the chat. We're going to make this as interactive as we possibly can over the next 58 or so minutes. We're going to be talking about Star Trek Picard. We're going to be talking about the recently leaked pictures that are getting us all very excited for Season 2. My. What are they going to be doing? First things first though, a little bit of housekeeping. If you haven't already, give this live stream a wee old like, and also follow Trek Central on Twitter at @TrekCentral, and go to our website trekcentral.net for all of your Star Trek news delivered straight to your monitors. Alright, okay, here we are. So, we're getting people from the Netherlands, from Michigan, from Elgin, Illinois. Nice. Cool. I do love a good, just a nice global audience. Austin, Texas as well. Stay as busy as you possibly can in the chat. I'm gonna need you. So, first of all, how's everyone's week been? Have we had a good time? It's May Day, isn't it, as well? It's, Rom's favourite holiday, I believe. But, yeah. Like I said, we're going to talk about Star Trek Picard Season 2. Now, very recently, we've had some leaks that have come directly from the set. We've had a couple of leaks, actually. We had the picture of Sir Patrick Stewart stood outside a building. Very exciting. And we also had Seven and Raffi on a bus. What are they doing? Are they actually on a bus? I don't know. We're going to get into it. I'm going to get into it. You're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. I want to know what your thoughts and theories are with regards to Star Trek Picard Season 2. Because I think, I want to know what you guys think here. While everybody knows what I thought about Season 1 of Picard, but Season 2 is probably the most anticipated of the bunch. Maybe a very close 1-2 with Lower Deck Season 2. But, yeah, really excited to see what's going to happen. And obviously, as well, with the inclusion of Q, what does that mean? We're going to get into that too, because there was a recent interview with John Delancey where he mentions some sort of change in his behaviour. I'm not sure what to make of it. But first things first. Let's have a look. So we have, I want to start it off with probably the best leak of the bunch. The confirmation, the beautiful news that number one himself is coming back. Not Riker. I'm sure we'll see Riker again. But the dog! The dog is coming back! How awesome is that? Favourite character, right? My favourite character from Season 1. And yes, he is coming back. Recently leaked shots from the set, that wonderful, what was the breed of that dog? It's a pit bull, isn't it? It's a pit bull. Beautiful dog. Big balls as well. Big balls. But yeah, he's coming back. He's been seen on set. And that's all I need, really, to get me really excited. But first of all, I want to say hello to some people in the chat. Who have we got? We've got Raj. Hello, Raj. We've got Tim. I've got a confession to make, Tim. And you're not going to like this. I have started the Destiny trilogy, but I've only got 3 pages into the book. I know, it's absolutely terrible and embarrassing. I've had a whole week, but I've been working on some stuff. I've been having some amazing conversations with Captain Jack as well. Some awesome stuff is coming to Trek Central, and I cannot wait to share all of that with you. But yes, hello to Hollis. Hope you're doing well. Hello, Chuck. Keep telling me where you're coming from as well. I want to see more people from the Netherlands. I am also. I don't know if you remember, but when we did our first contact day, me and Commander Dom, I said that I would not rest until we had somebody join us from Bozeman, Montana. And that's still the case. I'm still waiting from someone from Bozeman, Montana to let me know they're in the chat. And don't lie and be like, I'm from Bozeman, when I know that you're calling in from New Delhi or something, okay? Because I know, we know, we've got monitors that are showing us where you're all coming from, really. Maybe. Anyway, look, let's get into it. Let's get into the Picard Season 2 stuff, okay? So, we've mentioned we got the dog coming back, we got number 1 coming back, but we had the picture of Sir Patrick Stewart himself chilling outside a building, and there were some very interesting things to take from this. What I'm going to do is I'm dropping the link to our recent tweet, which will include the source links as well. So click on that link. You can have a look at the pictures with me as well. We got 2 pictures, and the building that they're stood outside of, it looks very familiar. I think it's been in a film before. I mean, I don't want to... It might have been in a Star Trek production before. I mean, I wouldn't put it past them, but I swear I've seen this in something before. Maybe a Transformers movie, and there I've essentially just come out as being someone that's watched a Transformers movie. Nobody's perfect. We've all had our dark moments. But the first picture, and this does come courtesy of an Andy podcast. Shout out to you guys. The 2 pictures, the first one being this building that I'm talking about. You've got the steps, you've got the rails. It's very interesting building. That is, if you're into interesting buildings. One of my secret passions is building architecture. There we go. There's a little tidbit for you. And what we can see is some very interesting flags that are adorning the stairwell. I don't know what to make of them. They look very Starfleet, but at the same time, they look so alien. I have no idea what to make of them. I mean, have they gone back in time? Are we looking at a United Earth banner? Or have they gone back in time to an alternate reality? Now, the other speculation that's coming from the Season 2 leaked pictures is, have they gone to an alternate timeline that perhaps isn't the Mirror Universe? Have they gone to a time where the Dominion won the war and essentially took over the United Federation? The banners for me look very militaristic. They look, I mean, very hard reds, very sharp edges. They look very alien from the bluey, peaceful insignia that we're all used to. There is a different insignia as well. There looks like there's an alternate United Federation of Planets insignia as well, alongside the Starfleet deltas as well. So, guys, let me know what you think these could be in the chat. What do you think? Dan, the Disney building. Yeah, I saw that on the picture as well. I don't know. I'm seeing an Isnay. Hopefully not Pig Latin. But is it the Disney building? I'm not sure. Oh, definitely. Oh, so Donnie, definitely the Walt Disney Concert Hall. There we go. Very, very interesting. We have a super chat from Raymond. Thank you so much, Raymond. Composer Jeff Russo mentioned Noah Hawley's Star Trek blew his mind. Is the film done or boards? Can they show it with Kalinda Vasquez's version? Okay. I don't know. I mean, I think they mentioned, Raymond, that the Noah Hawley's version was pretty much dead in the water. So I don't know if we're going to be getting that in Kalinda Vasquez's version. I think Kalinda Vasquez, she's writing something completely different. My speculation on that is that she is working on something that could be related to Discovery, given that's where most of her Star Trek credits come from. We don't really know, do we, at the end of the day? But thank you so much for the super chat and for your support. But it does say Disney, top left-hand side. It does. I'm just blind. But I can see it now. But thank you for the shout-out there. So very, very impressive building. But what is even more interesting, aside from the flags and the insignia and the differences, is the next picture, which is a close-up of Sir Pat himself, Jean-Luc Picard, speaking with what looks to be the same chap who performed as the androids in season 1. Very tall fellow. Very tall. Anyway, the uniform that Sir Pat is dressed in is very intriguing. It's very militaristic. It's very black. It has some hints and whiffs of a very dystopian potential future. So I'd love to know your thoughts on that. Fun will now commence. My first impression was that the flags looked dystopian. Yeah, I'm kind of in agreement with you on that. But where do you think they are? Do you think they've gone back in the past? Do you think they've gone to the mirror universe? Do you think that they have been taken to a future that could have been? Because we do know that Q loves showing people futures that could have been. One of our favourite episodes being Tapestry as a great example of that. So what else have we got? We've got some Winter Soldier chat. Yeah, I haven't actually seen that yet. I haven't seen it. I've seen the first episode. I need to catch up for sure. Belinda, very interesting. Is it a Section 31 uniform? Now, yeah, we do know that Section 31 do love dressing up in all black. Shady organisation, aren't they? It's a possibility. The possibility, I mean, that's very interesting. So what if the potential future is, or an alternate timeline is, what if Section 31 staged a coup and took over the United Federation of Planets and became essentially the ruling body, perhaps? Maybe very similar to what the Tal Shiar probably attempted to do on a number of occasions within the Romulan Star Empire. On that subject, an idea is that this could be a potential future where Earth was conquered by the Romulans as well. So, and that would allow for the inclusion of some of the Romulan characters that we saw in season 1 as well. I mean, really, let's be real, the possibilities are truly endless, and what we're attempting to do is get an understanding of what is going to happen based on 3 pictures. But we're doing our best, aren't we? It's pranks from Q that have taken Picard to the Disney universe. Yeah. Q's like, don't worry, Picard, I'm going to take you away from all this pain and misery and dystopian futures. We're going to go to Fantasia. That's it. That's it. I'm there for it. That's what I want to see. The uniforms look like past tense Deep Space Nine. Maybe. I mean, Deep Space Nine, past tense, the ruling class had a very kind of like Edwardian look about them. They had a very kind of throwback look. This still kind of has a very, very kind of futuristic look about them. Andrew, it's good, Falcon. Okay, I'm definitely gonna check it out. The Disney universe as seen in Family Guy, yes. The Romulan War, that's definitely something that I would like to see. I don't think Earth would stand for a Romulan takeover. I don't think anybody would stand for any kind of takeover. It's not really in our control, really. I mean, if the Romulan Empire... and that's a potential thing that Q could do, is what if Romulus had survived the supernova? What if the supernova never happened? What if it never happened? And, you know, we're actually not seeing a trip to the past, but we're seeing a journey to the future, maybe. Now, I don't think that's going to be the case. And the reason being is the other set of images that were leaked from the set, which have come via Mark Kavanagh, thank you very much, is my favourite leak being the bus leak. Sharing a link in the chat now, so come and have a look with me. This is the leak that features Jerry Ryan and Michelle Hurd. There we go. It came from the air. Seven and Raffi, they are sat on what is essentially a metro bus. And yeah, it's a bus picture, and I'm going to do my utmost to stretch this conversation as much as I can. It's a bus chat, people. Anyway, we've got this picture of Seven and Raffi, looking very pensive and thought on a bus. Now, scrolling over to the next picture. Now, the first thing that I thought was, what if they're just using a bus for the inner workings and they're going to CGI a whole load of futuristic stuff. Maybe they're on a floating bus, they're on a shuttle or something. But what tells me that isn't the case is the very interesting sign that's on the external of the bus, which we don't see the whole sign, but there's enough to kind of give us some signs that this is not a trip to the future. And what we can see here is we can see the new interplanetary cut off, and then we've got you tease us leak photos. This looks very in the past though. Looking at the pictures, it looks like they've literally just landed on a moon of Jupiter. Everything looks very pre-Enterprise. It looks, it could even be around the time of the Third World War, potentially. Something that tells me that that's not the case is that we are seeing the Starfleet insignia, so it has to line up with a period of time. But again, it could be alternate past. It could be a past where maybe Zefram Cochrane didn't break the warp barrier. Maybe the Soviet Union beat them to it. We do have that wonderful Ronald D. Moore show, For All Mankind. What if Picard is going to borrow some of Ronald D. Moore's ideas of a potential future where the Soviets beat... or it wouldn't be the Soviets, would it? It would be the Eastern Coalition. The Eastern Coalition were responsible for attracting the Vulcans, and maybe we're seeing a very dark potential. Bus also says to boldly go at the bottom as well. Wow. Okay. So yeah, we are seeing to boldly go is on the third image. So, and it's the Europa mission. So that's not something that you would expect to find on most of your metro local buses, is it? So I'm thinking we're seeing some United Earth, alternate future for now, but very much Patrick Stewart and the gang's past. What do you guys think? I'm going to go through the comments. I'm going to see what you guys think. Bus Chat Gang. Hashtag Bus Chat Gang. That's going on a t-shirt. Trek Central. We're going to expand the merch store. Bus Chat Gang. I love it. What else have we got? It'd be fantastic to see Picardo back in Star Trek. Ooh. Yeah, it would. I think he's a bit busy with the Orville, though. Not that I've seen it, but I have this impression that he's been in the Orville a bunch of times. But yes, Raj as well. Yes, the Europa mission. That is what is on the bus. And also, yeah, Chipper's well pointed out. So it doesn't look like Seven has her implants. So is this... See the question here, that the thing that makes this very intriguing is if they are in a future Earth where walking around with some sort of cybernetic implant wouldn't be a thing. Why would it matter? It's not like walking around in San Francisco in the 80s where you've got to cover your Vulcan ears. So that's interesting. Is this potentially an alternate Seven who was never captured by the Borg, but is somehow in the past? My mind is boggling. TARDIS Pod, TrekLad, you were awesome. I've just drunk a lot of coffee today. But thank you so much. Are they in the Kelvin universe from Belinda? Now, well, that's an interesting thought, isn't it? You can't say no. That, with Q in the mix, anything is possible. So maybe. Discovery Season 3, they essentially blew the whole thing open, didn't they? With the with the revelation that Starfleet in the 32nd century know the Kelvin universe exists. So we can't rule it out. We cannot rule it out. Personally, I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be a thing. I think that Picard is going to be telling its own self-contained story. Maybe they might mention it. Who knows? Maybe Q will just drop in some sort of, maybe he'll just say, you're he won't mention the Kelvin because he probably doesn't care that it's the Kelvin universe. He'll go, you're so much fun in other universes or something like that, and we'll go, oh, it's Kelvin. So maybe. Can't wait to see what Q brings to the mix. The possibilities are literally endless right now. It is so... Yeah, it is. Anything can happen. And I, as someone that subscribes to the multiverse theory, I truly believe that, there are so many different, there isn't just the Prime Universe, the Mirror Universe, and the Kelvin. There is, infinite possibilities. So the mind boggles over the possibilities in the Star Trek universe. Max, TrekLad is from the Mirror timeline. Hit the like button to help. Yes, hit the like button if you haven't already on this live stream. It does help us out massively. Thank you so much. Sleepy Trekkie, hello, sir. The bus looks like a Los Angeles Metro bus. It does say Metro bus on the bus. Kind of weird to transport an LA bus to Canada. Yeah. About that. They are filming Picard Season 2 in Canada, right? That's where they're filming most of the modern... That's where they film all Star Trek productions, right? Now, Secret Hideout, they're based in Toronto. Would they have just... Or are they filming on location? Is that Disney Hall in LA? Don't know. Do let us know what's going on. The trial never ends. Are we excited for Picard Season 2? Are we? Let me know in the chat, because, like I said, watching Season 1, I was like, But the trailer for Season 2, the 60-second trailer, has me so amped for what we can potentially get. Q is back. Yes, amazing. My Trek Central buddies have helped us out here. They filmed Picard in Santa Clarita? Have I got that right? Santa Clarita in LA. Okay, so that would explain the Metro bus. Not Toronto, Canada. So there we go. That answers that question. Raffi is visiting her angry son. That went nowhere, did it? Sleepy Trekkie's take is that this takes place in this decade. 2024 is your bet. Okay, yeah, I mean, it's... Yeah, I mean, the Metro bus, I kind of hope that they're not actually sat on a bus. Although, let's be real, some of the best Star Trek movies have taken place in the now, haven't they? Star Trek movies and TV shows. I mean, The Voyage Home is everybody's favourite movie. That was how rude of me. It's not Star Trek The Voyage Home. It's the one with the whales. That's the one. And also we had Future's End, Voyager, taking place in 1996 LA. So they do like filming around there, and they do love their contemporary stories. And as we pointed out on our tweet, go and follow us on Twitter if you haven't already, this tweet was giving out some major Voyage Home vibes. So yeah, it's... Again, so much stuff can happen. So much stuff. We're getting some stuff about Season 1 Picard. I just hated that they killed Dodge. Yeah, it was a little sad, wasn't it, that they did that. But through that trauma, Soji rose up. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens with Soji. We've not seen or heard anything really about Soji in Season 2. And if time travel, alternate realities are the main focus, and who knows, I mean, it might not even be the main focus. I mean, we could all be wrong, and this could just be for a three-parter that's taking part in the middle of the season. I hope that's not the case, but it could very well be the case. Are we going to see a continuation of Soji's coming to terms with the reality that she is a synthetic life form? What are we going to see with dear old JL coming to terms with the fact that he is Robo-Picard? What does that mean? Essentially now as a minority species. What does that mean? How does that change his reality and his life? Is Q going to turn around and just snap all of that out of the universe? Kind of hope so. But let me know what you think. Kirk Thatcher was with the boombox. Yeah, are we going to see another punk on this bus? Maybe that's the reason why Seven doesn't look particularly impressed. Maybe there's someone there playing some, I don't know, whatever the kids listen to these days, Iggy Azalea, and Seven's just like, please desist with this obsolete music, or something Seven would say. She'd probably just down a shot of whiskey in Picard, just slap her with the empty glass or something like that. We will see. Q, arms dealer. Oof. Should we talk about Q? Because there's something that I read on the internet, there's something that we wanted to talk about, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. Now, there is some news with regards to Picard Season 2 that they are essentially filming quite a lot of stuff. And John Delancey revealed that in a recent interview with Trek Movie, where he revealed that he is shooting 2 seasons worth of a very different Q for Star Trek Picard. Now, as the post says, Q is coming back. As a matter of fact, for the last 2 weeks, I've been filming on Picard and really annoying Picard. Really annoying him. These are John Delancey's words. Patrick was delighted to see me for the first couple of days, and after a couple more days of really annoying scenes, he said, "So, how many episodes are you doing? In other words, when are you going to get out of my face?" Sounds like something Sir Pat would say. And the answer is 6 episodes. So 6 episodes worth of Q. Is he saying that that's going to be 6 episodes worth of material, or is he just slated for 6 episodes? I'm kind of hoping that it's the latter. I was personally hoping that John Delancey would be a character that would pop up to bookend the show and maybe pop up kind of for very brief cameos interspliced throughout the season. Because I do think that Q works best when he's not in our face all the time. He's one of those characters that you don't want to see all the time. He's not a character that you want to really understand fully. And going off tangent for a second, that's one of my gripes with what they did in Voyager, where we essentially learn everything about the Q Continuum. I didn't want to know everything about the Q Continuum. I like the fact that we have creatures and aliens in this universe that are beyond our understanding, beyond our comprehension. So, interested and somewhat troubled by what Mr. Delancey is saying here as well. Now, the one thing that does trouble me more than anything else that has been said so far is what John Delancey does go on to say. And this is what TrekMovie.com say. While Q annoying Jean-Luc Picard does sound like a classic situation from his recurring role on Star Trek The Next Generation, Delancey has indicated that he is actually playing Q differently on Picard. For example, he had this to say: "It's a very different Q this time. They wanted to go with not kidding around so much. We will see if the audience enjoys it. I think they will." Well, this does trouble me, really, because and it might turn out to be good. I'm hoping that it does, but the thing is Q is this character who is so powerful, so all-knowing, so old and ancient. I mean, it's inconceivable how old he is. You can't fathom it. You can't fathom his power. So that's why he doesn't take anything seriously. He's the Joker, the Loki of the universe. Why would he take anything seriously? And I do feel like Picard is a more dramatic, a darker slice of Star Trek, and it seems to me by what they're saying here is that they're going to continue with that narrative style. That seems to be something that they're going to double down on. The idea of having a more serious Q troubles me, concerns me. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I really don't know. I thought when we had the announcement that John Delancey was coming back, was that Q would be this character that would add some humour, add some lightness to what we were going to see in Season 2. Now, we can have darker Q stories, I would say. I think Tapestry, for all of its comedy, is a very dark story. We've had dark stuff in the past. We had Death Wish in Voyager, where essentially a member of the Q Continuum wanted to end their life. That's not light story, is it? But through that, we still have Q's... John Delancey's Q being this Joker not really taking anything seriously, because why would he? He's too powerful for our mere mortal shenanigans and all of our stuff. I want to know what you guys think of the revelation that Q might be a little bit more serious. Will, good point here. If it's possible that Q is in several episodes and he's moving Picard through time, very similar to the All Good Things episode. Yes, very, very true. Now, that's something that I thought as well. What if Q is kind of acting as... What if this is essentially a modern Star Trek version of A Christmas Carol? And stick with me here, guys. Stick with me, because the reason why I say this is Sir Patrick Stewart has experience playing Scrooge in productions of A Christmas Carol. And what if Q is playing the Star Trek equivalent of the Ghost of Christmas Past, Present and Future, and is guiding Picard through Season 2, through all of the divergent decisions that Picard made, and perhaps the reason why we end up in the past, in this alternate past, is some decisions that were made for him that he had no control over. What if Picard is sat there in Chateau Picard, mourning his lost humanity? He's sat there and he doesn't know what life has in store now. He doesn't feel right in this new body, and then Q turns out of nowhere, appears out of nowhere, and he's like, you think you've got it bad, come and have a look at this. Takes him to the past, takes him to suffering, takes him to the strife of the synths, shows him Bajor in ruins. That's why we see the Reckoning tablet. Shows him what the Par Wraiths did to that quadrant, or that sector, and shows him essentially things that by the end of Season 2 have Picard feeling that life isn't that bad as Robo Picard. I mean, I'm assuming Robo Picard can probably run upstairs a bit easier, although I don't know. We'll see. What do you think about that theory? Are we seeing maybe a Christmas Carol-y kind of Picard Season 2? I know that was probably a bit weird, but, let me know. The Trial of the Wild, yes. So maybe it's a bridge between Lower Deck Season 2 and Picard Season 2, a single Q storyline. Maybe Sleepy Trekkie, absolutely. Maybe Q got kicked out of the Continuum again. I don't know if they would go with that. And Andrew, yeah, well, if it's that serious Q, if it's a serious Q, it must be that bad. Maybe it is. Chris Jones, yeah, absolutely. Purgatory. Yes. So, again, it might not be something that they do because they've already done it with Tapestry, but I wouldn't put it past them. I mean, it's been a long time since Tapestry, but what if Q is guiding Picard through moments in his life, key moments in his life, as some sort of, yeah, like you said, some sort of purgatory. Yeah, very, very interesting. I can imagine Q shown younger and gets annoyed and makes himself older to mock Picard's age. Yes, absolutely, James. I think that's something that we're going to see as well. I think that's probably the easiest workaround. I don't even think that we're going to see that much of a... I know that they de-aged Brent Spiner for the Data appearances in Season 1. I don't think they looked that great, to be completely honest. So... maybe don't worry so much about the CGI stuff. I mean, we can literally just have Q pop up out of nowhere, and Picard's like, for an omnipotent being, you don't, why are you looking so old? And he's just like, well, you don't look too good, so I thought I'd match your appearance or something like that. I completely think that's going to happen. I think that it would be, one, a waste of money, and two, probably wouldn't look that great if they attempted to digitally de-age John Delancey. Again, would love to know what you guys think. Eric, how about Q takes Picard to Talos 4 to cure his disease? I'm not sure how they can. I mean, unless they take it. I mean, he's essentially dead now, isn't he? He's Robo Picard. There's no curing that. But yeah, potentially. I don't know why Q would take Picard to Talos 4, because Q could just snap Picard into whatever condition Q wants, but I guess there's perhaps no lesson to be learnt there. I don't think we'll see Talos 4. I'd love to see Talos 4 in Strange New Worlds, though. There we go. Should younger Picard have hair? Ooh. This is the question, isn't it? This is something that, this is always... think Nemesis kind of broke Star Trek, didn't they? With that young picture of Tom Hardy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they go. I don't know. I mean, because we've seen Tapestry, young Picard had hair. I don't know. I don't really know what universe to believe, because I love Tom Hardy as young Picard. I don't know. I have no idea. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. I want to know. We could probably see the EMH Doctor as well. Yes. But I'm going to come back to my theory that not theory, my state of mind and my belief when it comes to these new Star Trek productions. And I've mentioned this to Captain Jack, and I've mentioned it to Commander Dom on a number of occasions here on Trek Central Weekly, where I have said that I believe that it's very important right now that the people that are caretakers of the Star Trek franchise, that they do their best to build new stars and new heroes over the existing ones, because they already exist. We can go back and we can watch episodes of Voyager until we're blue in the face. We can watch the Renaissance Man until, you know, we have all those EMH episodes and all those stories and all those memories already. Now is the time to make heroes of these new characters, to build them. I want to see more Rios. I want to see more Raffi. I want to see more Agnes. I want to see more Elnor. I want to see more Elnor. Turn Elnor into the hero that we know he can be. Build on these characters. I want to see that. And of course I want to see the return of old heroes. You know, Andrew, yeah, you mentioned it. Scott Bakula. It'd be amazing. Just chuck all these heroes in. Bring Avery Brooks out of retirement. Bring Cisco back. Whatever, you know, but do it sparingly and do it in a way that doesn't undermine or overshadow these new heroes, because Star Trek has to move on. It has to, because that's how this franchise continues. That's my opinion anyway. That's just my opinion. It's not gospel. But again, would love to know what you guys think too. Elnor, yeah. Oh, yeah. Elnor was, I think, so underused last season. I mean, the only thing he knew to do was kind of moan and slice heads off. There's a character there. There is a dynamic that needs to be explored, and I want to see it. I want to see more of it. Raj, is he really dead? Picard's consciousness was transformed into that golem. Yeah, but Picard's body is dead, isn't it? Picard's body is dead, and essentially they cheated death by sticking him in a robot that was programmed to look exactly like him. So Picard, the essence of Picard, is not dead. Of course, he's been moved over. He's Robo-Picard now, but Picard, as we knew him, is very much dead. R.I.P. Anyway, that was my rant. But yeah, so much stuff we've seen with the revelation of Q not being maybe the Q that we know. There are things to be excited about with Picard Season 2, but there are things to be concerned about. But what I want to do is I want to get your thoughts. I'm going to literally be hawking the chat now. I want to know, what is on your Picard Season 2 wish list? What do you want to see? Let me know in the chat. One for everybody. What is on your Picard Season 2 wish list? Chris, for me personally, we need to see more present-day Trek, not constantly going back to before TOS or within that timeline. Picard gives us this a little, but there's not enough Trek as we know it. Well, I mean, there's a lot of Trek as we know it, because it all has Trek in the title, but I think I know what you mean. I'm with you on the constantly moving forward idea of Trek. Now, I do think that we do have... there's plenty of scope to go back in time and fill in the blanks. I think not doing so is potentially a mistake. But I am with you that I want to see these things move forward. Like I said, I want to see new heroes. And on the subject of new heroes, Chuck, Cisco and the DS9 cast. No. We're not going to get it. I've heard Worf and Geordi will be on the show as well, right? Okay, well, obviously we had Michael Dorn tweet the now infamous #ad, which I work in advertising, and when I see #ad, I know it's probably not for a production. And I called it, and I called it, and I said that it was going to be for a mobile game, and I was right. Pat on the back for me. That was a bit hard. A bit more of a gentler pat on the back. There we go. But yeah, but is it possible that they bring back Worf and Geordi for some small appearances? Yeah, I think it's very... I mean, the possibilities, again, are truly endless. Anybody can come back. Geordi can come back. Guinan has been offered the chance to come back. Whoopi Goldberg has been offered the chance to come back. So anybody can come back. Michael Dorn has gone on record and said, though, that the role would have to be substantial, and he has been campaigning for the better part of a decade, maybe 2 decades, for his Captain Worf show, which I think the ship may have well and truly sailed on it. If it's not being made right now, when practically every single conceivable Star Trek idea is being turned into a film or a TV show, and that's still not been picked up, I don't know. I'm not so sure. But of course I'd love to see it. I would love to see it. Mab, Q is Trelane. Yeah, I mean, what if we get some sort of weird kind of montage where Q, with a snap of the fingers, does confirm that he is Trelane? Would that send Twitter into meltdown? It may be. What else have we got here? So I'm kind of getting caught. Picard should blow things up. Yeah, I'd like to see a return to... Yeah, Picard was a little bit too Generations Picard in Season 1. I want to see Captain Ahab Picard in Season 2. It could be Chippers, it could be Purgatory, and the whole series is set between the short time Picard dies and being made into an android. That is an amazing idea. What a great theory. And my cat is now destroying stuff in the background. What are you doing? What are you doing? Thank you. All fun here at Trek Central. The Stargazer of old. Yeah, flashbacks to the Stargazer. That would be amazing. I'd love to see that. Fun will now commence. More development with 7 of 9's character. Yeah, I mean, from what we've seen in the leaked photos, it seems to me that we are going to see Raffi and 7 off doing their own thing. Are we going to see some development of their budding relationship from the last shots of Season 1? I certainly hope so. I mean, for me, that kind of came out of nowhere. It wasn't a bad thing by any stretch, and it sets us up for potentially something very beautiful to happen in Season 2. So I would love to see that as well. Balloonhead. Better storytelling. Yes. Eric, the multi-personality pilot. I don't know what that means. Picard passing his torch to Rios and crew. Yes. So one of the ideas and some speculation that was coming out of Season 1 before it aired was Jean-Luc Picard would die, and Rios and the crew, wanting to honour his legacy and his memory, renamed the La Serena, there we go, got it right, into the USS Picard, and that ship became Picard, and that's the reason why the show could carry on as Picard. Obviously that didn't happen. It could still happen, maybe, I don't know. It's a bit of a small ship. It lacks the regal nature to be a Picard, in my opinion, anyway. Stress-free. I want to see Elnor have a running buddy with episodes dedicated to their journey. Well, that sounds like that would have been a lovely job for Hugh, wouldn't it? Yep, I went there. I would like to see Phlox in Picard. Yep, again, I mean, all of this stuff can happen. Donnie, I can imagine a new Federation Starship class in Picard. Maybe the Ambassador class, the reworked version of the unused design of the Ambassador class. Okay, yeah. I mean, obviously the Ambassador class by Picard is going to be super old, but maybe in a flashback, for sure. But again, I think what we have seen in these modern Star Trek productions is an attempt to kind of move away from the styles, the aesthetics of the ships that we're all kind of used to. I kind of hope that we move back. If we're moving back in time, you can't just kind of chuck the same straight-edged ships that we saw hovering over Mars at Utopia Planitia. We can't see those in the past, surely, right? I'm already kind of, bummed that we saw Discovery-era shuttles flying around, in the early 25th century. That shouldn't be happening. Please, Don't let that happen. Geek Filter, hello. More Laris and Zaban. Yes! Yes! More Laris and Zaban, please. All day, every day. They were so awesome in season 1, and for me, as soon as they weren't in the picture... Why didn't they go? The reason they didn't go was because the grapes had to be looked after. It's like protecting the universe or the grapes. I don't know. What about Picard? What about Picard? What about Q's son showing up? Yeah, very interesting. I don't know if he's still acting though. I can't remember his son's name, but I'm not sure if he's acting anymore. Might be wrong. Or they could just recast him. You know, they've done that before, haven't they? They said we would see less Starfleet in season 2. Yeah, maybe. Maybe we don't see that. Jesse, hey there, you dork. Hey Jesse. How cool is it when we saw... how cool was it when we saw a new ship phaser, a comm badge change, new uniforms, all the things in present-day Star Trek? There is nothing new when we constantly get the in-past Trek. Yeah... I don't know. Maybe. Raj, my wish list for Season 2, Enterprise E. Probably not going to happen. Would be great. More legacy characters. I'm not with you on that, but yeah, probably will happen. More recognisable locations, new heroes joining the legacy heroes, new locations, and more new and old ships appearing. I mean, that's a veritable buffet that you're describing, Raj. And I hope some of it happens. For sure. Would we get Barclay and Picard? I don't think Dwight Schultz is a friend of modern Star Trek productions. I don't know. Jesse, that would be fun. Stargazer on Picard would be cool. Yeah, it would be. I'd love to see it. And given the fact that we saw the model in the teaser, I mean, it could happen, right? It could happen. I want to see it. Rocker on Titan. Let's get some more Titan. Chipper's Q's son is called Q. Drones can protect the chateau. Of course the drones can protect the chateau. Number 1 could protect the chateau. Surely, I mean, I hope if Picard learned anything from season 1, that he has bought or acquired the same shields that Riker had around his house, and now he can just bring Laris and Zaban with him, right? There is no reason not to bring Laris and Zaban. I need Irish Space Romulan Mum in Season 2, please. All Qs are called Q. Well known. It's in there now. Thank you. Another idea for a new name of a new Federation ship class, the Goldsmith class, named after the late Jerry Goldsmith. Yes! It's a good idea. I'd love to see it. By the way, Donnie, how you doing? Coming along, putting together that... you got the sheet music for the motion picture, didn't you? I'm still waiting to see see some score stuff recreated. Don't let me down. Will we see the Enterprise J in Picard? I don't think so, but it would be a thing. I mean, again, possibilities truly are endless. I really hope that we don't see the Enterprise J, because as I mentioned in my video a couple of weeks ago, it looks like someone sat on it, which is just very, very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Little Q, Tim says. Yeah, Little Q. Or Q. Don't upset the chat. Plot twist. Wesley tells Picard to shut up. Yeah, it's possible. I mean, everybody else told Picard to shut up in season 1, so yeah, why not? Why not? You did, yeah, Donnie, confirmation of buying the full conductor study score. I want to see those videos. I want to see them. Elnor could easily use a mummy figure like Laris. Exactly. That, I think Laris and Zaban can essentially take Elnor under their wing, and that would give them function. I can imagine that Elnor, still has a lot to learn. He's got to kind of mature and essentially adapt to life outside of his outside of the Jadvash. Is it the Jadvash? No, it's the Quad Milat. I always get those two confused. But he's left the Quad Milat. He's away from his former caretakers. And Laris and Zaban, I think they just make a wonderful adoptive family for that character. Give them something to do. Give him something to do. And both parties are lovely, and they can kick butt. What's not to love, right? What's not to love? What about the return of Enterprise with Captain Jonathan Archer and her crew? Look, I'm gonna right. You all know how much I love Enterprise. Okay, it's one of my favorite Star Treks. Did I just say it's one of my favorite Star Treks? I sound like my granddad. What am I doing? It's one of my favorite Star Trek shows. Okay, I would love to see it. I have speculated on it in the past. We at Trek Central have speculated on it a bunch of times. I want to see it. I don't think we're going to see it in Picard Season 2, though. I think that we're probably going to see Scott Bakula appear in Strange New Worlds in some sort of passing of the torch, which would be so cool, and there might be some tears running down my face when we see it. Want to see it. Hamad, when is Paramount Plus coming in the UK? Well, that's a question and a half. I mean, I have no idea. But we at Trek Central, as soon as we find out, we will let you know. So go to www.trekcentral.net for all of your Star Trek news when it drops. As for when Paramount Plus is going to arrive, I think it's very complicated. Because, I mean, Paramount has a huge library of content, right? Movies, TV shows. Star Trek isn't the only thing, but Star Trek is a big piece of the puzzle, and I do think that people would be having Star Trek on the Paramount Plus streaming service would make it a far more attractive thing to sign up for, particularly if you're a Trekkie. I don't know how long Netflix have the rights in the UK. I'm not sure how long Amazon are going to have the rights for its UK distribution of Picard and Lower Decks. The fact that Lower Decks has only just dropped on Amazon here in the UK would suggest that they're going to have it for a while. So whatever happens, I think it's going to be years until Paramount Plus in the UK is the official home for all existing Star Trek. For all new Star Trek, maybe. But I'm not sure. So it could be a long time. I mean, Paramount Plus could drop earlier in the UK. For sure. I mean, like I said, there's plenty of other programming. But when will Paramount Plus be the full official home of Star Trek in the UK? I think it's going to be a long, long time. Chris, could we see Wesley and the Traveller, especially given the time element to the plot? Yeah, for Picard Season 2, it could very much happen. I'm not sure, again, if... is it Eric Maluk, the Traveller? I'm not sure if he's acting anymore. Again, it's something that you could easily recast and kind of wave off as, I've chosen a new appearance. I don't think we're going to see it. And I think that Will Wheaton, as much as he'd love to probably appear on screen again, he's very comfortable and very good at his current hosting of After Trek, Trek Chats, whatever it's called. He's good at it. He's very good at it. Will Vash return? Yeah, will Vash return? Which one's Vash again? I can't remember. Vash. Why do I should know that, right? Oh, what a terrible Star Trek fan I am. Viacom, CBS can definitely bring back Star Trek Enterprise. They definitely can, but I don't think they will. It's a marketing mess, yeah, with regards to Paramount Plus. It's messy, yes, but I think that this is just something that was always going to be on the cards, given, you know, Netflix was always the big player. Then Amazon came along, and I don't think anybody truly realised the power of streaming until Netflix really just made it a thing. I mean, nobody watches TV anymore. Nobody watches traditional programming TV. I put on Saturday Night TV the other day. When I say the other day, I mean yesterday. And I was stunned by how boring and unappealing it was, and I immediately put on a streaming service. And I think now, back then, not having the foresight, people were just signing off their shows to other distribution platforms to essentially just double up. They were able to show programs like The Office on their own network, and then they would have Netflix with international distribution, so double the money. But now everybody wants their own streaming service, which, I mean, is potentially going to create oversaturation. We're going to have too many streaming services, and it will become like the cable problem, where you have just too much choice, an embarrassment of riches. Donnie, the Ready Room, that's what Will Wheaton hosts, but I'm still hoping that might be me one day. Maybe not with this pineapple on my head. I don't know. Probably not. Might have to chop that off. That's it. Guys, thank you so much for correcting me. Vash, Picard's ex-girlfriend who went with Q. Yeah, we could see her. We probably won't though, but that would be cool. I don't know how they could do it. I mean, given Vash is older and they probably want to show a younger. I don't know. It's all possible, isn't it? It can all happen. Where is Jack today? Jack is off fighting the Dominion. So yes, you are stuck with me, but only for a few more minutes. Okay, it's almost over. Paramount is risking Star Trek universe on its fans. I mean, the Star Trek universe is the fans. If Paramount launch a new traditional episodic Star Trek series, I think Paramount Plus as a standalone subscription could work. However, right now Picard is a little too niche. Well, I think that's where Strange New Worlds comfortably fits in. Now, again, we don't know what the international distribution for something like Strange New Worlds would be. You would have to think that it would be on Paramount Plus, and it would be a wonderful title as a launch for Paramount Plus, right? You'd think. I don't know. I don't know if that would annoy fans, essentially going, well, Star Trek, you've got me paying for Netflix, you've got me paying for Amazon, now you want me to pay for Paramount Plus, but for only for one show? I don't know. Not sure. And look, I don't want to sound like Midnight's Edge. I don't want to sound like any of those guys. I'm not going to speculate with no sources, but there is this kind of, there was this rumbling that they were really struggling to secure some sort of international distribution for Lower Decks. So, and they kind of just chucked it on Amazon Prime in the end. So I'm not sure what's going on. Like I said, I don't want to speculate, but it was very strange how Lower Decks ended up on our screens in the UK. Balloonhead, again, what about Beverly Crusher? Yeah, so another theory for Picard Season 2 was what if Beverly Crusher is dead? And that's another reason why Picard is essentially in mourning, wants to change, time, because his voiceover in the Picard trailer just had this air of, lamenting things, of being in mourning, having regrets, wanting to change time, wanting to turn back time, the sand coming up through the timer. What if something's happened to our dear sweet Beverly Crusher? We will see. Michael, you rock the Janeway button. I don't at all. Got nothing else to do with it at the moment, but thank you. For that, I will read another chapter of Destiny for sure. Guys, we're going to wrap this up. I've had so much fun speaking with you all over the last hour. Thank you so much for joining. Apologies, it was just me once again. If you haven't already, give this live stream a like. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You can follow me on YouTube at TrekLad, that's my name. I have a channel. Go and find me. And you can also follow me on Twitter at TrekLad. You can follow Trek Central on Twitter, most importantly, at The Trek Central. And again, go to www.trekcentral.net for all of your Star Trek news. I have been Michael, aka The TrekLad. You have all been so bloody beautiful. Here's a kiss. Mwah. Here's another one. Mwah. Thank you so much for joining. Normal service will probably resume next week. But until next time, stay happy, stay safe. And until next time, live long and prosper. How do I turn this thing off now? How do I turn it off? There we go. That's how I